Ronnie likes always taking care of me. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Here we go. All right. Let's get this. While we waiting on Nerd Cave, go ahead and show these things I picked up at Ollie. I had a little more, and I ended up putting some back. But we picked up Seth Rollins in the suit. I figured even if I wasn't going to use it with him, I could head swap it and have a suited figure. We got Indy Hartwell. I think it was her first time in the line. I think, maybe not. Yeah, it says right there, first time in the line. Are you ready, Nerd Cave? We picked up Emperor Palpatine for Gage. Just send me a message when you're ready. Okay. There we go. Here we go. This over. Hey, Scarface Tony.
How you doing? How you doing, y'all?
I'm good. How we doing?
Doing good, man. Just a little tired, from the day, but I think we still got a little juice in the engine to keep going.
Well, if you don't have some, put some in it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Definitely a good.
That go-go smooth.
I had to go to QT, man, before I went to before I came, just quench my thirst,
I feel you, man. Well, thank you for coming by. I'm going to do the introduction, and I'm going to introduce you, and we're going to get this thing started. So, without further ado, you talking to the wrestling t-shirt wearing, championship ring wearing, deal stealing, toy dealing, high wheel riding, no dragonfly flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping the credit card bills down. Welcome to A Flair for Toys, set on Cultured Heathen. It's your boy Beef. And welcome inside the Toy House with the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the hour, the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I call him Scarface Tony. You may call him Nerd Cave, Collector Caveman, whatever you want to call him. And let's hear what he's all about. Let the people know who you are, what you do, and whoopie-woo, whatever.
Yeah, so my name is Martin. That's my real name. I go by Nerd Cave. Well, I started as Collector Caveman, slowly transitioned into Nerd Cave. For a while there, my wild side came out, and I changed my name to Scarface Tony, as you might know me. I know some of the true ones that follow me for a while know the real side of me, the Scarface Tony. So I appreciate that, Drops Beef.
Yes,
but
sir.
I came back, changed my name just because I felt like nobody recognized me. So I was like, let me go back to Nerd Cave. So now I'm back to Nerd Cave, and I'm a collector. I collect Marvel Legends. I collect NECA, primarily Ninja Turtle stuff. Also a little bit of G.I. Joe, X-Men, as well as some of the wrestling,
Okay. So tell everybody where you at. Are you just on TikTok? Or you on YouTube, Instagram, any of that stuff?
So right now, I started off on TikTok. On TikTok, you can find me as, I believe, at Collector Caveman or at Nerd Cave. It's either of the two. I also have Instagram. I'm there as at Collector Caveman, as well as YouTube. On YouTube, I believe I'm under at Nerd Cave or at Collector Caveman. It could be either or. But right now, I'm primarily on TikTok, and I'm currently trying to transition everybody into the Instagram, into the YouTube, just so I can build that following down there, and, we could start doing a couple other things,
Well, good, man. Glad to have you in, man. I want to dig into what got you collecting and all this good stuff. But if you've seen the show, and I'm sure you have, I always start out. Where did you get the name from? Where did you get Nerd Cave, the Collector Caveman, the Scarface Tony? Explain all three to us.
So the Nerd Cave, that name came about. I believe, I thought to myself, man, growing up, I always told myself, when I grow up, I want to have my own room. Because growing up, I didn't have my own room, man. I wasn't as fortunate as everybody else. I slept in a one bedroom, with one big old king size bed, and my mom, my sisters, everybody slept in one bed. So I wasn't as fortunate. So I always dreamed about having my own room and having a nerd cave. Because I hear a lot about, having a man cave. Everybody's like, I want to have a man cave. Everybody's saying I want to have a man cave. And that's cool, and the primary, decoration is, football, anything manly, But I don't know, man, for some reason I was like, you know what? Maybe I could have my own nerd cave, instead of a man cave, I can have a nerd cave, just nerd it out, all kinds of nostalgic stuff that I liked, growing up. And, I got to that age, man, now as an adult, I work and everything. I get to buy all the stuff I never had. And eventually, I turned my garage into the nerd cave. And that's where the name came about, and I feel like this is my little space where I can come home, wind down and just, chill and just look at my figures, man, like my little own museum, So that's where the name came from, man. From me growing up and just wishing to have a room to myself where I could just have all the stuff that I like and just be able to get away and observe and just wind down from the day,
Gotcha. Sounds good, man. So what about the Scarface, Tony? Was you just a big fan of the movie, or?
Yeah, man, I've always been a big mafia guy. Like I love the Scorsese movies and like Casino and Goodfellas and all those mafia story movies, man. But when I saw Scarface, man, that thing like captivated me. It was one of those movies, man. It's just your regular old other action movie, but I just like the story of the guy. Like he was some guy that. He was an immigrant. I'm an immigrant myself, came to the country. Of course, he did it the wrong way, but, just the story of him coming from nothing, man, and then, building up to something and just becoming something big, something that was respected. So, it just captivated me, and I just really liked that world. When I was growing up, man, I was just so into Scarface, and I would wear Scarface shirts and Scarface, everything, man. I don't know if you remember back in the 2000s, Scarface became very, very, very popular.
Oh yeah.
That's so yeah, so I kind of turned into that, and then in school, like in high school, man, they used to call me Scarface, So eventually it transitioned into, I don't want to be Tony Montana, I don't want to be Scarface. What if I just like do Scarface Tony, mix it up and, make something new. And, so I just came about that name just that way, just being a fan and, just one day just mixing it up and trying something new. And I don't know, of course it wasn't the time for it. So I just came back to what I was, originally Collector Caveman,
Gotcha. I figured maybe you wanted to put that persona in there and you wasn't going to be moving weight. You was just moving toys. You know what I mean?
I was moving weight, but it was all weight and figures,
That's cool, man. Man, I'm glad to have you here. You don't have to tell us how old you are, but you can if you want to. But I want to try to make that little hamster wheel go back to when you were a kid. That's how I like to kick these things off so we get to know a little bit about you. You did tell us you stayed in a one bedroom, man. I'm sorry to hear that, but look at you now. You know what I mean? And, everything we go through makes us who we are. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. What if you can remember, what was your first toy as a kid? Like an action figure wise. I'm not talking about the little thing, Rattler, your mama handed you when you was a baby or nothing. But
my first like action figure, right?
Yeah.
So, the very first action figure that I had, it wasn't so much an action figure, but it was a Looney Tune. primarily it was back Bugs Bunny. You know, growing up, when I was little, I still lived in Mexico. And they had Coca-Cola always had these promotionals, you know, where they would come out with like Looney Tunes or little toys like that. And I remember one day, you know, my dad came home, you know, and he had gotten something to be able to get that back Bugs Bunny. And it was real hard to get, man. I got all the other Looney Tunes except for Bugs Bunny because everybody wanted Bugs Bunny, you know. He was the popular of the crowd, you know. So it was one day, man, I was just chilling and my dad just came and he's like, hey, I got you this Bugs Bunny, you know. And that Bugs Bunny, man, really, like, that was my first ever action figure, you know. Because, you know, back in the day, a lot of these figures didn't have a lot of action going on, you know. They couldn't move, you know. They were like robots, you know. That's probably pretty much.
You were lucky if you had 4 or 5 points of articulation.
Yeah,
but that's cool, man. That's why I like to hear these stories, because yours wasn't necessarily an action figure, but that's probably what got you into collecting, because you finally got the last piece of the puzzle, man. It's like the hunt out there. You know what I mean? We got to get that last piece, that last gem to go with it. So that's really cool, man.
I think that's what made me a collector, you know, of collecting, you know, things I like, you know.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. As long as your bills are paid, you collect and do what you want, man.
Hey,
so,
that's true, man.
Can you tell us, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid? Was it the Looney Tunes? Was it something else?
Yeah, no, my favorite cartoon, man, was the Knights of the Zodiac. I would watch it in Spanish on the Spanish channels, man. That's what, like, really got me into, like, really sitting down and actually, as a kid, you know, devoting time to the story, to actually, you know, watching the whole, you know, episodes and being ready to watch it every, you know, Saturday or Sunday or whenever they had it, you know. But that was my favorite cartoon growing up, man. It was Knights of the Zodiac. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's in Spanish. I would watch it in Spanish. It's called Los Caballeros del Zodiaco, which is something very popular. It's an anime from Japan. It's kind of one of those things, you know how sometimes like you got Jordan and Magic. Okay, so in this one it was Knights of the Zodiac and Dragon Ball Z. You know, so a lot of people like Dragon Ball Z. You know, back in the day, and Knights of the Zodiac, it was like only a few, you know, that really liked it, but it was similar. It was similar, you know, in how, you know, they fought and build up of energy and all that.
Okay.
That was definitely my favorite cartoon. I do have some action figures of those, but man, those things, they're I guess they're what do you call that? They're like the stuff that covers them, the armor. It's a metal. It's a metal plating. And they're called myth cloths, and they're Saint Seiya is the main, like I would say, the main character of the whole series. But they're expensive, man. So you know, I don't have a lot of those. You know.
Well, if you can, we do need to see those before we go.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I can show you real quick. I got them right here offhand.
Yeah, you want that way we don't forget. Everybody don't forget what we're talking about. Let's go ahead and see them.
Yeah, real quick, man. Let me show you.
Hey, what's up, Night Wolf? Thanks everybody for coming in. If y'all don't know, this is Nerd Cave, a fellow content creator and a really good dude. We're getting behind the scenes, learning what got him into collecting, what he collects. And now he's finna show us figures from his favorite cartoon as a kid. And I really want to see this because I've never seen these before. Man, they look really good, man.
They are really cool, Dross. If you've never watched it, man, they're based off the constellations. You know, they all have different constellations. For example, the main guy up there, that's Saint Seiya, and his constellation is Pegasus. Right? Then we got the dragon over there, the green guy, Shiru. And then Sean, he's Andromeda. And then we got a Cygnus constellation over there. And we got Iki the Phoenix. And it's kind of like, I feel like back in the day, man, a lot of these shows, they would copy the Power Rangers. So they always, you know, those five heroes, and they all have powers and stuff like that, you know. So I feel like that's where all came about, you know.
Okay. You might have to catch this for me. There is a couple people asking something, and my Spanish is not great. So see what Kiki and Omar said for me, boss.
Yes, sir. Okay, yes. Omar saying, "Hey, how you doing, Martin?" Because he knows me personally. He's a friend. He's a fellow collector from Mexico. And then are they Gachapon HD? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it says you can hit translate.
Thank you, Omar, for showing up and showing support, man. We all appreciate it.
Yeah,
Kiki, you didn't know what you said. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, man. Running Light said I can hit translate, but I don't know how to do that. Anyway, let's get back to it. We'll figure it out. We got it. We've always done it before. We know how to work together. So a couple more things. What was your favorite movie as a kid?
My favorite movie, man, I think is The Lion King, man. You know, The Lion King. It's just,
there's a lot of collectors that is their favorite movie.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Mr. Briggs' favorite movie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was just the story, man. It was just I saw it back in the day when I still lived in Mexico when I was a kid, man. I had an uncle. He's already passed away. You know, he's passed to the next life. But I remember, you know, like I said, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but sometimes my uncles came through because I grew up without a father, you know. So sometimes my uncles would come through, you know, and they would, you know, take us to the movies or take us out like that. And I remember that time, man, I still live in Mexico, and my uncle came and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to the movies?" And I had never gone to a movie, man, never. And so I went with my cousin and my other cousin, and we went to the movies, and it was my first time there, man. It was so fascinating, you know, just getting the popcorn and getting, buying the Coke and the candies and all that, man. You know, it was my first time there. So I think it's my favorite movie is because it was my first time ever going in theaters. And when you heard Mufasa roar and that action scene, man, and you hearing like the big roar and the speakers, man, like to me that was like, wow, you know, like it really captivated me. And that thing, it was the first time where a movie actually made me cry as a kid, you know, because when Mufasa died and stuff like that, and Scar just throwing him off the edge, and man, I was flabbergasted, man. I didn't know what to think. You know?
I got you, man. Hey, you know, I have never cried at a movie, but I did get close. That Iron Claw movie, even though I didn't care for the movie, at the end when they showed the part with Carrie, I kind of felt it trying to well up, and I told myself, I said, I ain't gonna be no, you know, man up, man. What are you doing here? You're feeling a little soft over here. But hey,
I got a little piece of trash there, man. It's making me kind of tear up, you know.
Hey, it happens, man. And when you're a kid, hey, there's nothing wrong with it as an adult either. Don't get me wrong. But as a kid, I really understand it more. But man, I see how that meant a lot to you and being the first one. So man, that's what this is about. This is finding out more about you and how everything comes into play, man. I really like this stuff. Thank you for sharing, man.
No, thank you for inviting me, man. I was excited, man. I mean, when you asked me to come up there, because I whenever I have time, I'll come in and I'll observe and hear the other fellow collectors, man. And it's definitely a great thing you're doing, man. You know, to get other collectors to know other collectors and to really get personal with them, and you know, just build this community, man. Because I feel like that's what you're doing, man. I appreciate what you do, man. I'm excited that you're growing because I know if one grows, the other grows. You know, there's enough trees for an apple to cling to a branch. You know. So,
yes, sir. We are many, but we will be one, and I mean that.
Yes, sir.
No, but this is great, man. I love these, and I've never, you know, I've had lower number of people, higher number of people, and everybody's had such a great time on here. We've had a good experience. This is a good place to know and learn about people, and it's always a safe place. You're not going to come in here, and you're not going to have to worry about with the B word or people picking on you or you cry what you want to cry and you collect what you want to collect, man. There's none here, man. This is for everybody to learn and enjoy. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. There's enough stress and bad stuff out in the world. This is a place to come in and enjoy toys and cartoons and movies and different stuff like that. Just get to hang out and know each other. So thank you, Nerd Cave. One more question before we jump more to adulthood. Can you remember what your favorite TV show was?
My favorite TV show? Oh, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one, man. Y'all don't make fun of me, but I was into The Nanny. Y'all remember The Nanny?
I remember that voice. I watched it a few times. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, man. But as a kid, man, I just come home and I don't know why. I guess she would probably be my first crush, man, and that's probably why I watched it. I don't know if it was good or not, but as a kid, I was like, hey,
Fran Drescher.
Yeah, Fran Drescher. I was like, man, that lady's pretty cute, so. That's one of my shows I would always watch as growing up, man. And then I would watch it in Spanish. So it's a whole different thing when you watch a show or a movie in English. But when you watch it in Spanish, it's like a whole different movie, from what you see in English,
So was the laugh and everything still the same?
Yeah, the laugh is different and stuff like that. And, the jokes are a little bit different and stuff like that. So, all the shows growing up, when I was growing up, I watched everything in Spanish, but it was a lot of these shows like Save the Bell, Steve Urkel, Family Matters, all.
I like both of those.
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff I watch. What is it? The Wonder Years, But I watch.
It wasn't too bad either.
Yeah.
I was more like I like Cheers and Night Court and stuff like that, But I would watch the other ones too, but those were the ones that really got me at shows. And then as far as sitcoms, I guess, and then more like action shows, The Fall Guy was my go-to. I don't know. Don't watch that movie. That movie's terrible. But the old TV show is great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, thank you for the follow, guys. We appreciate it. Make sure y'all hitting those like buttons. I am already on one intro behind. We're already at almost 20K. So thank you, guys. I'm going to go ahead and give you one, and then here in just a minute, we'll hit another one. And when we come back, we're going to get to a little more adulthood collecting with Nerd Cave. So without further ado, you're talking to the wrestling T-shirt wearing, championship ring wearing, heel stealing, toy dealing, hot wheel riding, no dragonfly flying son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these credit card bills down. Welcome to A Flair for Toys. Set on Culture's Heathen, it's your boy Beef. And yes, we are here with Nerd Cave. So if you have questions, save them toward the end. I'll let you know when he starts showing his stuff. We can start asking the questions. We got a little bit more to go, and then we're going to get to some of that. So what I would like to do right now, I don't know how old you were when you got back into collecting or if you really ever stopped. I don't know. I know some people have got a lot of their stuff is from a kid. I didn't have anything from my childhood. It either got lost, sold, stolen, broke, whatever. It was gone. But so what was the first thing that got you back into collecting as an adult?
The first thing that got me back into collecting,
you just walked by in a store and then that set it off, or something somebody gave you, or what?
It was Toy Biz, man. Toy Biz. Yeah, it was
Marvel Legends.
Yeah, the Marvel Legends. Yeah, one of the one figure that I saw. I remember I was it was back in the 2000s, like 2000. I was barely going into high school, but I had stopped collecting. I had stopped collecting. I had a bad situation with some older kids, man. I mean, of course, I was in middle school. I was already an older kid. I think I was in 8th grade, transitioning to high school. So you're in that phase where you're building up, man. You're starting to get older and stuff, and you're told that, oh, you can't be playing with toys, you can't be doing that, especially coming from a Hispanic family, a lot of the Hispanic family was, very macho, very, manly and stuff like that, and a lot of them, a lot of my family doesn't collect, so growing up, I had stopped collecting because I would collect primarily wrestlers, man. I would collect a lot of the back in the day Jack Pacific, back in the Attitude Era and all that stuff, man. I would go by, and I had a friend that I would go play at his house, and I would play wrestling with the rings and the Titantron and all that other stuff. So one day I went to Target. My mom dropped me off because I really wanted a new figure, and I got there, went in there, but I think it was The Rock. I don't know if it was The Rock or Stone Cold I was buying, but when I bought it, man, I was so happy, man. I was like, I finally got The Rock. At that time, I was working at Chick-fil-A. I was a young adult, I was already working. I had my own money. I was starting to, buy stuff for myself, because a lot of stuff, as I went on, my either my friends would give them to me or my mom, she would buy me whatever she could. But either way, man, I went to Target, bought that Rock, came outside, man. I was so excited. I came and I sit in a bench, bro, outside of Target, and I was sitting there, and I took out the thing, but at the same time, I was kind of ashamed, because I was an older kid, so I didn't want, I don't know why, man, I just didn't want nobody else to see me, because I was afraid they're going to make fun of me and stuff like that, because I was an older kid. Because back then, collecting wasn't cool, you were seen differently, Right. So I come and proceed to take it out, man, and I'm admiring the figure, man. And I got these big kids, man, that pass by. They're high schoolers, they're old, obviously older than me or whatever. And they're passing by. It's two girls and a guy, man. And they're passing by. They're laughing or whatever. Man, they pass by, and as I'm holding my figure, man, one of the girls, she kind of grabs the figure, grabs it, and takes it off my hand, and she looks at it. They all look at it, and they start laughing at me, right? They start laughing. They're like, man, you're like a big ass, you're already old, why you playing with toys, and that's what they told me. It's like, why you playing with toys? You're such a big kid, but in Spanish, and in Spanish it's worse, because they'll bully you, So they're like, no, you shouldn't be playing with this. You're too big, whatever. And I bet you, that's why you don't have a girlfriend. You bet you, man, they started telling me all this mean stuff, man. And I remember they gave me the figure, bro. And I felt real bad, man. And I started crying, man. I called my mom, and I was like, back in the day from Target, because, we didn't have cell phones. I think we did have cell phones, but I got the singular Nokia. I can't remember, man. It was a long time ago. But I called my mom, and I told her, come pick me up. I'm ready, And she came or whatever. And I was crying, man, and I felt so bad, man. I got the figure, and I just threw it in the trash. Right there at Target, I threw it in the trash, got in the car, and and my mom was like, hey, where's the toy you came to buy or whatever, or the action figure, And I was like, nah, I don't want to collect no more. I think I'm going to sell all my stuff. And I sold everything, man. I sold everything. I had a lot of awesome pieces that today, it's hard to find, I wish I would have kept those pieces. But yeah, some time passed, man, and towards the end of high school, back in 2007, I had a ex-girlfriend that was okay with me collecting and liking all the superhero stuff, and I think that's when things started kind of picking up, and people were accepting superheroes and Marvel and all that, so it was kind of being looked at a different way. So I went back to the same Target, because we only had two Targets in my town. It was a small town, and I go back, man, and I'm with her buying some other stuff. And I'm walking, and I got the curiosity. I hadn't been in a toy aisle since 2003, back when I was going into high school, man. So I got curious and went to the toy aisle, and there it was, man, the X-Men Beast. There, the toy beast, man. And I saw that beast, man, and I was like, oh man, I gotta have that. But what are they gonna say? What is all this stuff? And I was like, you know what? I don't care. They're going to say whatever they're going to say. It's making me happy. It's making me feel like, I got some sense of enjoyment. like who cares what anybody thinks, you know? And I bought that figure, and that figure got me back into collecting. And now my family knows I collect, man, and my wife and everybody else. And now everybody's like, you know, like they're happy for me. You know, now they look for stuff or they find something. They're like, hey, I found this for you. And sometimes it might be some figure I don't even collect, man. But you know, it's the thought that counts. You know.
Yes, sir. Man, I'm really sorry that happened to you, all the other bullying and stuff. But, man, like I said before, everything that happens makes us stronger. You know, I can't say the K word, but I always believed in what they said in that. And, you know, because you had the wrestling and the figures. You know, so that was two things that people really looked down on back then. Now, you tell somebody you watch wrestling, like, oh, man, yeah, I like so-and-so, yeet, or whatever. You know, but back in the day, you said, oh, man, I'm going to go watch wrestling. They're like, you watching that fake stuff? Yeah, I'm watching that fake stuff. You want to see if it's fake? You know what I mean? Our little wrestling match ain't going to be choreographed, I tell you that. You know what I mean? But, yeah, people, man, that's one thing. They just, you know, and I was big into the toys and the wrestling. So, but, yeah, I'm with you, Scoob. No yeet. But, you know, I want to hope that we're in better times now. And this place here, like I said, is great. One thing, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I did not realize that how much of a blessing this is to some people, because they didn't have nobody to share collecting the toys and being able to say, hey, you know, I just picked this toy up and, you know, found this over here at this price or whatever. Because me and my cousins, my wife, my kids, we've always collected. So I always had that. I didn't really realize that there was some people who did not have that. You know what I mean? So, but thank you for sharing, man. So Marvel figures, Toy Biz Beast was what got you back.
Yeah, that's what got me back. And then I started, you know, it was like a category 6 hurricane, man. Like after that, it just like trickled down to comics and movies and you know, like other toy, you know, like Hasbro and I mean any other stuff. And then I got back into the vintage stuff, you know, trying to get back all the stuff that I missed while I was, you know, absent from collecting and stuff like that. And then just in general, man, you know, I guess we're in a time now where it's like we only dream about having the movies we have now, you know, like I never dreamed that, I never saw that, I never thought that we would see like Blade or the X-Men on a TV screen, you know, with like nice effects, you know, like an actual nice movie, not like Faringo they were cool. But, you know, the special effects, man, you know, they were kind of like, I don't know, man. They look kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, but, you know, that's a double-edged sword right there, too, though. Because, yes, we can have that, but now we're like, please let it be good. Please let it be good. Because even though the graphics and everything can be good, the storylines just, you know. But not all of them, but a few of them out there. But we won't get into that right now. Hey, thank you for completing the goals. I'm going to give y'all the other intro real fast so we can get back into this because I still owed you one. You're talking to the wrestling t-shirt wearing, championship ring wearing, deal stealing, toy dealing, Hot Wheel riding, no dragonfly flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these credit card bills down. Welcome to A Flair for Toys. Set on Coach's Heathen. It's your boy B. And we're inside the toy house with the man, Scarface Tony, a.k.a. Nerd Cave, a.k.a. Collector Caveman, and all that good stuff. And by the way, Beast, that's a good figure for your first one to get back into. When that Toy Biz one came out, man, it was good. It might not hold up well now, but when it came out, it was really good.
Yeah, man, it's just the fingers, the toes, man, everything articulated, man. We were so so blessed, you know, and we were so spoiled with that type of articulation. Now, you know, we only dream of having it again on Hasbro, man. You know, having those fingers and everything else, you know.
Yes, sir. Real quick, 80s kid just said he did get a confirmation his address for the Dragonfly. Now I haven't got that one yet. It may be I just haven't checked it. I did get the one the other day for the Giant Man. So, but I did catch something. I didn't get to read it, but I saw Viper Island had put something out about the Dragonfly, maybe somewhat on its way. So maybe we get it earlier in December. I don't know, but we'll see. So Nerd Cave, tell us, what do you collect now, and what is your favorite line to collect?
So what I collect now is Marvel Legends. You know, I'm still with the Marvel Legends. I fell in love with them ever since that Beast, and since then, man, it's been Marvel Legends. However, I do like the Ninja Turtles. That's my second love. But right now, my main one is Marvel Legends, NECA, what is it, Mattel, and what is it, the G.I. Joes. So primarily G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, X-Men, and Marvel action figures.
Okay. So what is your favorite hero?
My favorite hero, man, it's got to be the Hulk, man. The Hulk.
Okay.
The Hulk, man.
Good choice. A lot of people, you know, they like Hulk, they like Wolverine, they like Gambit. I'm the weird one in the bunch. I like the ones with really no powers. I like Falcon. I like Hawkeye. You know, I just, to me, there's just always something about it. These guys are fighting a uphill battle already, and they still go out there and give it their all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even though they're powerless, you know, they're powerless. They can get hurt at any second, and even though they know that they could die, or I mean, they can, you know, pass away or something from some injury or something, man. These guys, they risk their life every day they're out there, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome in, Horror Comic Nut, TJ, everybody else that I missed, Howie, G1, everybody coming in. Now, I know you're a wrestling fan, or was. I don't know if you still are.
I still am, man. You know, I watch it from time to time, but I wish we were in the Attitude Era. I wish I could go back, man, you know.
You know, everybody says that, and it was a great time during the Monday Night War era, but I really did like the golden age of wrestling. I know you might not have saw much of that, so maybe you don't know, but they just had the characters, man, you know, the Macho Man, the Hogans, the Brutus Beefcakes, you know, stuff like that. But I gotta know, what is your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers? Give me four. What you got?
Four main wrestlers.
Yeah, your four favorites.
My four favorites, man, is, I mean, you know, it's probably been said, man, but I gotta give it to my boy Stone Cold. You know, Stone Cold, man, when that glass shattered, man, you went wild, man, no matter where you were, man, you know. And the next one has got to be The Rock, man. You know, The Rock, man, he made such an impact, you know. Just you know, with the microphone, man, you know, it's like, damn. I just like, you know, I just go wild. My third one, man, has got to be Kane, man. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, Kane.
Okay, through hellfire and brimstone. All right.
Oh, man, I love Kane, man. I love Kane going up, man. And I think the fourth one's got to be Undertaker. You know, Undertaker, man. Undertaker's, you know, man, I don't know, man. Every time he came out, those lights went off, man. Like, it kind of got scary in the room, man, when you had the lights off.
You had me worrying there a little bit. I was like, how are you going to have Kane but not Undertaker? You know, so okay.
You know.
And you did have me going. I was like, oh, are we going to complete the four together? Because you had Rock and Stone Cold. That's on mine. But then I got Hogan and I got Flair. So, but my thing about it is I don't see it as necessarily my favorites because Hogan wasn't my favorite. I wasn't a Hogan fan, really. I just put them on the Mount Rushmore because of what they did for the business and how much money they drew. That's how I do my Mount Rushmore. But, you know, most people just do it as their favorites or whatever. But I just get, man, Stone Cold and The Rock, that's 1A, 1B to me. I mean, both them guys could get it on in the ring. could put on a show. Now, Rock might oversell it a little much sometimes. You know, maybe not as much as HBK versus Hogan match, but man, when he would take the stunner, he sure put a lot into it.
Oh.
But man, they could talk better than none other. You know what I mean? They could check your ass into the SmackDown Hotel at the corner of Jabroni Drive and Know Your Roll Boulevard. What?
In the millions of the drop fans, you know.
Man, but yeah, it was good times. But here's my thing. I don't want to take up too much because we want to get back to you. My thing with the Attitude Era is we put so much in there that now there's nothing left to do. And nowadays you can't do half of the stuff you did. So that's why, to me, wrestling is a little down. It might not show it with the views or whatever that they're getting, but it's just, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't have the connection. Like, I know a lot of people just like me, we still love wrestling, but we don't sit through 2 hours of SmackDown and 3 hours of Raw rolls on. Now, most of us do watch the full premium live events now, but other than that, we just catch up on highlights. You know what I mean? Thank you, Scooby. It doesn't matter. You're at 30K. What? What? Goddamn, kid. You're talking to the wrestling t-shirt wearing, championship ring wearing, deal stealing, toy dealing, high wheel riding, hope to be dragonfly flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these credit card bills down. Welcome to A Flair for Toys. Sat on Cultured Heathen, issue boy Beef. We inside the toy house with my man Nerd Cave. Man, thank you for coming by, man. I want to get to some other stuff real quick. If you'd like to show us some of your collection, we'd really appreciate it. And if people got questions, please put them in. But I'm going to be talking to you through the whole way if you don't mind. One thing I'd like to get to is I'd like, which me and you have tried this before, but maybe one day we could set a date, and I'd like to get maybe 4 of us bigger creators over here. Not necessarily bigger, but just ones that are on live a lot. Like maybe me, 80s, Kenny's Collection, anybody else who wanted to jump in, and you, and then 4 of your people that you're really close to.
Yeah.
You know, I know the language barrier would be there, and maybe Coach Scoob comes in with us. That way there's 2 of you to help us out,
Sure.
and we can have a good live together. That way we can meet more people and show our collections off, you know, to unite the races, the, you know, the different, you know, we've got Dreadquake in here from Australia, TTD from across the pond, you know, which you're not in Mexico now, right?
No, I'm in Texas.
Yeah, me too. But just get everybody together and get this thing built up more and more. I know the language barrier can be a little bit, but they've got translate and stuff like that I want to work on more, learning how to do that. I've seen a lot of your friends' collections, Dell, Monster, man, they've got a lot of good stuff. So we need to branch out more and bring everybody together. Nerds United.
No, for sure, man. And, you know, I just want to do a quick shout out. We do have a group. It's a Latin group. You know, it's run by our good friend, Choco Milk. That's how she goes, at Choco Milk. You know, she's a really good friend of mine, as well as Omar. We got the Vikingo. We got Compayito, Kitty, Chef, Brothers Collectibles, Manolo, and everybody else, you know, that's in our group. We have a big group. You know, we have a big WhatsApp group where we have collectors from all over Latin America, man. We have people from Peru, from Mexico, from Argentina, from where else? Costa Rica, like some different places, man, all over the place. You know, Honduras. You know, and it's really cool, man, because we all help each other. We all gift each other stuff. You know, like we cross barriers where, you know, there's certain things that you can get in Mexico and other countries that you can't get here, and vice versa. You know, when we build that friendship and that connection to where, you know, we help each other get these types of collectibles that, you know, we can attain. Like, for example, I've had a couple of my friends in Mexico, like that Sentinel I got. It's a bootleg Sentinel that they make in Mexico, and it's very well made, you know. And you can only get it in Mexico. I am also getting a pit that's a bootleg pit that looks pretty good. And I mean, I'm excited, man, because I mean, I'm probably never gonna get a pit in, you know, an original one because it's so expensive, you know. So it's nice to be able to get a really good bootleg that you can get from Mexico. And you know, there's other characters and other figures and other customs that you know you can only get over there. So it's nice. We have that big group, you know, that we have going on there, and I would definitely love to bring some of those creators, man, that they collect from SH Figure Arts to Hot Toys to anime, you know, anything with like like Naruto and, you know, other lines that we're not accustomed to seeing on our side. Because in our side, I see a lot of like Marvel and G.I. Joe and a lot of the big stuff, you know. But I like to see other collections that we don't, you know, I don't necessarily collect, and it feels nice to be able to enjoy that without having to make space for additional stuff that I can't have here, you know. And it almost feels like it's my collection, you know. But it'd be nice to bring, you know, 4 of those creators, bring them up here, and then we can, you know, all collaborate and talk about, you know, our experiences, what's it like to collect in Mexico. And Latin America, because a lot of our toys that we have here that we can go get for $24.99, they get for like $80, $100, man. And sometimes like, what? Like, that's how much you pay? Like, that's crazy, you know? So.
Yeah, Coach Scoob said, what? Did you say Sentinel? I want an El Centino.
Yeah, man.
And real quick, I didn't want to forget, we can't forget our good friend from Italy, Massimiliano Brodellini. So y'all check him out. He's supposed to be doing a live Friday, I think it is. I don't remember exactly what time, maybe 4 p.m. Central. I could have screwed that up. I don't know. But check him out. Really cool dude, really into He-Man and Masterverse and stuff like that. Somebody else too. Oh, and can't forget our people in Canada. We got Retro Man. Can't forget Retro. So everybody just try to reach out and follow everybody. So, Scarface Tony, if you wouldn't mind, please show us some of your collection, good sir.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Let me go ahead and give you all a tour of the Nerd Cave. You know, there might be some things here and there that might not be properly set up, but I'll show you what I got.
And if y'all have any questions, please put them in the chat for Tony, and I will read them off. Okay, we got the Black Series.
Am I able to put like a light or something?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't come out. Okay. All right, so yeah, we got the Star Wars Black Series. I don't have much of it, you know, just because I only collect on Star Wars, man. I only collect what I like. You know, I'm not trying to be a completist and try to complete everything, you know, because
good luck with that. It never stops.
So
nice.
On the Bad Batch, man, they're like the Star Wars of the Ninja Turtles of Star Wars. So I'm trying to get Hunter. Right. The other one. Yeah.
I like the Bad Batch figures. Those are cool. I don't have them all yet either, but
yeah, that Hunter, man, he's expensive. Like $100, man. It's crazy. Here's my Ninja Turtle side.
Yeah, and if you just wait, I'm sure they'll put out another one.
You got the Power Rangers in the back. The very first ones.
What is that, Voltron right there?
No, that's the Tiger Sword. It's an original Tiger Sword from back in the 90s.
Got you.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a Power Ranger guy.
So I got the Royce Pizza from NECA, the San Diego Comic-Con, and I got that Ninja Turtles 3, the Samurai Ninja Turtles from NECA, from the Comic-Con. I haven't opened just because I have no space. So right here we got the villains, man. The way I got them set up here is I got the cartoons in the front, cartoon shredder, I got the comic shredder, and I got the movie shredder in the back. And I got some of their bad guys from their counterparts there in those movie, comic, and animated series.
Do you have the super shredder from the movie?
Yes, sir. It's right here.
Gotcha. Go Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. I didn't even know he was Kevin Nash until later on when I grew older. Man, it's crazy.
And he was also in The Punisher as well.
Oh yeah, the big Russian guy.
Yeah.
So right here, man, I got the OGs, the Ninja Turtles, and I got them set up, man. So these right here, they're the original releases, the first releases. They're the ones with the soft head. Yeah, I got them all. I was able to find them, in good condition. Now I'm just trying to find their weapons, just to complete them. And so I have vintage, and then I got the animated show. I got the comic turtles, along with all the splinters. I'm missing the cartoon Splinter, man. And then we got the movie turtles. Then we make our way up here, man. We got some Street Fighters, more Ninja Turtles.
What do you think of the Street Fighter line, man?
Oh man, it's phenomenal, man. It's I don't know, Jada Toys is doing something good with that, man.
Yeah, I agree. I have not heard anybody say anything bad about that Street Fighter line yet.
Yeah, no complaints from me, man. The only thing is, the good thing is that we can buy other heads. So we want to get some different iterations, like either like the video games, like Alpha and all the other different, different faces that they have in different games. Those are good bodies, man.
Yeah. I hope they get the rights to Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, man. They definitely make some good Mortal Kombat figures, man.
Better than that McFarlane stuff he put out.
They're way too stiff, man, for that. They gotta have some action poses, man. I mean, they do fight, they're karate and all kinds of martial arts,
So what do you think about the McFarlane statues that are coming out now? Are you getting any? You passing?
I'm passing, man. I don't know, man. As I grow older and as these things get better, man, I definitely got to have me some articulation, especially, with the content I put out. I like putting out like little animation stuff and, poses and stuff like that, man. I mean, they look great, man. Don't get me wrong, but I just wish he would have done something articulated instead of statues,
Right. Now, I like that Captain America statue. That thing, every time I see it at the store, I want it, but I'm just not paying $50 for it.
You got the Captain America collection, some of the Toy Biz, that big old Toy Biz Captain America. Got some of the Iron Mans up here, some other carded figures, some Venom stuff. Then as we go down, we got the Spider-Mans. I just started that shelf, man. Like it's so expensive to have Spider-Mans, man. The old school stuff, go back and get it. It's too expensive, man. So
yeah, and the way they keep releasing Spider, and I'm gonna tell you this, and this is for anybody else out here. Now you do what you want. I can't tell you what to do, but my opinion and advice would be, especially on Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, do not go back and pay these high prices for these older figures. They will release it again, I promise you, and the figure will be more updated. You can get more articulation from it. So just wait. Don't let the FOMO get to you. Just hold on. They'll put it back out. Just like that Red Hulk. Everybody wanted Red Hulk, and look what happened. Boom, Red Hulk was there.
Yeah, they re-released it.
You know, the Blob. Everybody wanted that Blob builder figure. And what Hasbro do? Hey, let's put this out as a deluxe figure. So just hang on, man. Just be patient, guy. I know it gets hard because when we want something, we get that itch, man, and it's like, well, I got the money, I can do it, but yeah, just hang in there, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, I got my Spider-Mans. I haven't brought myself to opening those, man. I can't do it. I don't know why, man. I can't open those, man. You know.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. I've got I've probably got half of mine open so far. But especially with that Kingpin, the way it looks so good on that card, I was like, man, I didn't even want to open it.
Yeah, that's one of the things, man. It's hard to, you know, tear up that classic cover, man, because it looks.
It's just like that Professor X. A lot of people didn't have it. Boom, we got another one coming, which I got it too. I don't know why, but I did.
Yeah, no, this one right here. It's custom. It's custom. It's from Blocko. I don't know if you know Blocko.
I saw the video on it.
Yeah. So he sponsored me this chair because I had made this guy custom, and he saw. I guess he saw that I didn't have a chair, and he sponsored me the chair, man. Something I'm very grateful, man. And that's one of the sweet things about being in these collectible groups and being in this community. Is that other people appreciate, and they appreciate you, you appreciate the content, and you appreciate them too, man. That sometimes they end up sponsoring you or helping you out, find that piece or whatever.
Exactly. And Blanco does good work. If y'all don't know him, go check him out.
Yeah, he does phenomenal work, man. So here's these guys right here. That's pretty much it, man. As I said,
I didn't see no wrestling figures, man.
Oh yeah, they're over here, man. I have more, but I haven't opened them up, man. As you can see, I got them. You know, I got this little tower that I
that's cool.
I stole it from Target, man. It was empty. It was empty, so I told my wife, I was like, I really like that tower. I could put my figures there. She's like, I dare you to take it. And I was like, you dare me to take it? All right, put it under the cart. So I put it under the cart and just walked out of Target with it, man. But yeah, it's awesome, man, because, you know, you fit like 2 figures on each of the things. So, I mean, that's cardboard, so.
Yeah.
Don't try it at home.
Back in the day, but I don't have any anymore. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I was like, don't try these at home. Here's the other side, man. Here's my little work area. You know, I got my CRTV right there with my VHS player. Just when I'm chilling, making videos, I like to pop in a VHS from time to time, you know.
Got you.
And then I just got this side over here. I just put this up because I just got the shelf space. But I got my, you know, my vintage villains and some of the anti-heroes. And then I got this wrestling ring right here I'm setting up with some of those Mexican wrestlers, man, that they sell over there, man. The little
cool, man.
Yeah, the little mass wrestlers, you know. I got La Parka over there. Jason Voorhees. I don't know why he's a wrestler, but he's a wrestler. But then I got my little Thor collection or Thor stuff. You know, a lot of the Thor iteration, as well as some of the characters that are in that world. And then just the Knights of the Zodiac, man, which is, you know, what I showed earlier.
Right.
But yeah, that's my cave. I do have other stuff, but a lot of the stuff is in boxes, man, just because, you know, I don't have the shelf space anymore.
Got you. Well, man, thank you so much for showing your collection, man. I really appreciate it, Tony. Triple D 80's got it, and I probably have it in my email. I just have not had time to check my email. So we may be getting it a little sooner than we thought. I don't know. We'll see. But everybody's waiting for that dragonfly.
So is that like a
dragonfly, did you?
Is that like a 3D print, or what is that?
No, that's the HasLab.
Oh, is it the Dragon Man?
No, we're talking about the Dragonfly, the helicopter for GI Joe Classified.
Oh yeah, no, man.
That's why I say no Dragonfly flying, because we were supposed to get it in like August, and then they postponed it till December. But now they're saying we may get it in like November now. So.
Oh, now I get what you were saying, because I was like, no Dragonfly flying. He always flying in the Dragonfly.
No, I did that because they postponed it on me. Hasbro always making me mad. After October 24th. Okay. So yeah, we'll probably hit it. Mine will probably get here about November 1st. But anyway, I'm gonna run down a few things real quick, Tony. Thank you once again, and I'll get right back to you. Tomorrow, we got Wrestling Wednesday as always, so come by and check us out. What we do the rest of the week, I don't know. Next Monday will be Marvel Monday again. Now, next Tuesday will not necessarily be an interview inside the Toy House. If y'all don't already know what's happening, it is October 1st. It is Halloween Havoc. It's me versus Ronzilla, 1-on-1 in a wrestling trivia showdown with Retro Man and Cringer as the guest host. So if you have any wrestling questions, it's not too late. Send them over to Retro Man. We're going to run 3 or 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds. It'll go about an hour like this does, and we're going to have fun with it and see who comes out on top. So be sure to check that out. And then, of course, Wednesday is Wrestling Wednesdays. I don't know who I got on the deal for next week yet. I have somebody in mind, but they have not got back with me yet. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to get more prepared with this and start writing this down so I don't forget people. I haven't forgot anybody yet, but I'm getting a little older. The little hamster wheel doesn't run as fast as I would like it to. So, but that's what we got coming up. Plus, one more again, we did reach 10K. I've got to get the video out either tonight or tomorrow. I've just been busy and I have not got this done. But I will be putting the information out for y'all to enter the giveaway on that. And then once we hit 100K likes, which we're at like 94,000 right now, we'll do another giveaway. So, and if y'all go over and check my link tree, check out the Instagram, check out the YouTube. Once we get the YouTube up to 500 followers, subscribers, we'll give another giveaway. So plenty of giveaways to come. I think that's about all I got. So, Tony, let them know who you are, where they can find you, and anything if you got coming up.
Yeah, so right now we're at I'm at Nerd Cave, at Collector Caveman, at Nerd Cave on TikTok, at Collector Caveman on Instagram, and at Collector Caveman on YouTube. Currently trying to grow those sides of the social media, just because I'm trying to build an audience and I'm trying to build a following. Just because I aspire to one day, man, have a show and have something like what you have, man. You're an inspiration, to be able to share a space and be able to have something and produce something and have something fun for the community. And also, because I think it's all our dreams, man, to make this like a full time, to have this take over, the daily grind, and be able to do this, because they say if you do something you love, it ain't gonna feel like work, So I really want to do this. This is what I love, man. I love this community. I love the people, the creators, all the content. I love figures, man. I love Marvel. I love just this world, man, and what it's got to provide for us, And right now we are having a big event, with the group that I was talking about earlier, with Choco, Oman, Titi, and Compaito, and the rest of the team. We got a small team that, in the Latin community that we're currently, building. We do go live at night. We do go live like later at night. We do talk about figures, but we also sometimes get carried away and we just talk about life and other stuff, things that we just go through our daily life. But during Halloween, we are having like that last week when it's gonna be Halloween. My friend Choco, she's gonna have a Halloween bash, and we're gonna be going live. Everybody's gonna dress up, so we're gonna be dressing up as superheroes, whatever you want to dress up. We're all gonna come out there, and we're all gonna talk about what we like, what we don't like, about figures, and just having a panel of people just going back and forth talking about movies and anything nostalgic and horror and Halloween, doing horror stories. I mean, I don't know, man. You never know where those lives are gonna go, but everybody's welcome to it. We do. It's mostly Spanish, but I can definitely translate. If you guys want to be there and stuff like that, and y'all want to, kind of go in there and so we can collaborate.
Yes, sir. I definitely check it out, man. Just let me know. Keep me posted. Send me the link. Man, I'll jump in anytime I can, my man. Thank you for coming on with me, and I appreciate what you said, man. And anything you want to do, you can do it. It just takes a grind, man. Whatever you want to do, just do it.
And I don't know if you found the answer to this, man, but how can I get out of credit card debt, man? Because these figures are killing me, man.
Stop buying. Stop buying. That's the only answer. But I know we're not gonna do that. So then there is no answer,
Yeah.
But you just have to cut down. And a lot of people, when I say on here, like there might be a figure like NECA figures. I like NECA figures. But with everything that I buy, I can't just keep buying everything that's at $30, $35 price point. Super 7s, I like them. But I just collect so much, I can't do all that. So I don't budget, which I should, but I don't. I don't believe in budget. As long as my bills are paid, fuck it. Yeah. But always make sure your bills are paid first. But then I do make cuts and start cutting down on what I buy, especially when you start running out of space, which I'm not out of space yet. I just got to get more shelves to put it on. But exactly, what's a budget? We don't need no stinking budget. But man, I had a great time with you, Nerd Cave, man. Best wishes and good luck and everything else you got going on and coming up, man. And make sure you just phone everybody and try to support when you can and all that good stuff. The only thing I did forget earlier is we are on Roku TV as well. If you got a Roku TV, go to the live stream, look up the MBC channel, and then go to the Toxic Retro Rewind, and you'll see mine and yours beautiful face up there. I can see it on the TV from here. So, and also it should, this video, as long as the sound is okay, not messed up like the one with Johnny Rhino, it should go to the YouTube. So if you would like to watch it back or share it with other people, some people in here didn't get to finish it all. It should be on there. Hopefully going forward, all of them will be on there now. We had difficulties earlier, but I think we're getting a lot better at it now. So thank you guys, everybody. Thank you, Nerd Cave, for your time. Everybody in the chats. Just remember, we are many, but we will be one. And I may be leaving, but I'm still that uncultured heathen.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Nerd Cave. Have a good one, Bubba.